Mic on.
Buenos dias, compadres. Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Get your coffee. Let's have a little sip. Uh, we've got some good news today. First thing I want to start and just get right into it. Let's take a look over here at Fintel. So Fintel, we've got some really good news. The short volume ratio went up to about 17%. I think it was roughly about 7 or 8% the last few days from last week. And I know this isn't updated with all markets included. Short shares availability is up or down to 500,000, where I think it was sitting at about 1 million or just over 1 million the last few days. So the short borrow rate fee has went up from 1.33% to 1.35%, so that's good news. It's only going up, so it's a little slow right now, but we'll get back to that short squeeze. So there's potential there eventually to get back there. And if we go back and look at the old previous data that we have, we can take a look here and we can see that we went from just about 8% all the way up to 17%. So not really where we want to be at, but we're getting back to where we were at back here in the second week of March at the 30%. Now, what does this mean? This means that the more that they short this stock, the more costly it becomes for them to pay that back, or the percentage rate on those shorts. It costs them more money to short it, and it becomes just more risky to short. So we want to see this go down, the short shares availability go down, and we want to see this borrow rate fee go up. So I guess while we're here, we can look at the total number of volume, and not as much volume as we would like to see. We want to get back somewhere in that 200 to 300 million volume. So let's go here and take a look at the market. I think we've got about 2 minutes until the market opens. And let's take a look at AMC and see where we set for the day. Looks like we're down in the after hours and pre-market hours. Right now, it looks like we're dropping, just a slow bleed out. We're currently sitting at about $11.41. So for me, I'm probably going to buy some more shares today. I know my average price is about $8.57, but I'd like to just to buy in a couple more shares. I think I had just a few dollars of dry powder laying around in my account. Saw a nice push in volume here. Doesn't mean very much because it's still very low compared to what we get in the active trading day. So only about 119,000 in that 1 minute candle there. So we'll see once we open the market here what's going to happen. If things going to kind of barcode out like we have seen, or if it's going to slow bleed. What do you guys think? We'll take another look over at some of the other stocks that we've got in our portfolio. One of them being ticker symbol T for AT&T, and I don't think that they had any real news. One thing that I'm waiting on, one catalyst, is the NFL has not renewed their contracts with DirecTV for the Sunday Ticket, which I believe AT&T. All right, I believe AT&T owns DirecTV. Actually, I know they do. So once they renew that contract with DirecTV for the Sunday Ticket, we should see some good price action. And doesn't look like there's any real news to talk about AT&T. So let's go back over to AMC and see. We're opening at $11.49. Volume currently not doing too bad. About 995,000, 1 million on the minute already. So getting right into it. Let's see what our girl TKAT is doing this morning here. Oh my goodness, a high of 65.50 overnight. I mean, if you've been riding this thing up for the last few days, and let's see, no news, just nothing newsworthy or noteworthy to add to why this thing is doing what it's doing. Currently sitting at about $62.16. Good volume. yeah, really not that much volume. So I'm not really sure why this thing is doing what it's doing. But if you go back and look on the 10-day chart, you can see just last week we're around the $2, $4 mark, and then all of a sudden, just massive spike in price action and volume, and raise this thing up. Currently, let's see what percentage we got to the high in the after hours, about 1,000%. So if you were riding this thing out, good for you. You made a ton of money. AMC currently just kind of selling off here. Go back to the 1 day, 1 minute chart. I'll see how far this thing pulls back, and we'll see what that level resistances or support is going to be. If it's going to be $11, and might be a chance for me to buy in. So let's take a quick look. And it looks somewhere around that $11.15 mark. Could be a level of support for us to bounce right off of. So I'm going to go ahead and put an order in for a couple shares here. Not many, not many. So let's see. Only a few shares. Nothing crazy. And we've got a limit here. So if it gets down there, I'll buy off that bounce if we end up coming this far down. But we'll just see. It's always a good idea to average your price down, or even average up when you get to a good looking price point. Now, if we're looking at the last couple of days, I mean, last week we're in the 14, so if I can get some at 11, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Let's see how GME is opening this morning. Yesterday they mirrored each other almost to a T, and looks like they're quite the opposite this morning. GME actually seeing some decent price action. Not too much in volume for GME this morning, but it is trending upward from its after hours or pre-market open. We'll take a look over at the SPY and see how the market in a whole is opening this morning. And not too bad. Where did we end yesterday off at? I want to say it was in the 390s. So yeah, high 394 yesterday. So let's see if the market as a whole can continue this trend upwards. We had a nice little pullback right at the end of the day yesterday. And if we go here to our Fibonacci retracement, sorry, that's the wrong one. And we just take a look, if I can get it to click there, up to that high, we can see when we pulled back, we didn't quite make it to that 50% mark, so just about 38.2% on the pullback with the Fibonacci retracement here, which is good news for the market entirely. It means we got a strong bull market for the day. Just a nice healthy pullback. Didn't reach below the 50%. Let's go ahead and remove that. And going back to AMC, because that's what I'm more interested in, is AMC, where we sit. We're sitting currently at $11.60. So I know I've got some options ending this Friday, which are just about to run out already. I'm hoping we get a massive push between today and tomorrow, so that I can flip these things off my books real quick and try to make some of my my money out of it, so I don't lose everything like I did last week. I've got another options call for the $40 strike price ending on June 18th. That one I've got plenty of time. I'll start looking to dump that one once we see probably about $20. That's what I'm hoping. If we can see a $20 push in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll try to see where we stand on that one. Currently, I am down about 50% on that one option alone. And not doing too bad here on AMC. 1.3 million in volume for the opening minute. 756,000 after that, kind of trending somewhere around there. So not doing too bad. We'd like to see more volume on the day. We were entering into oversold territory early this morning. Kind of stayed oversold through most of the pre-market, and right now we're sitting pretty good on the RSI. So looks like we're going to get a strong push throughout the day, if this is any indication of how the day will play out. We'll come and take a look over at Sensonics, SENS. Got some good action here. I think this might be a green day for stocks across the board, just given how it's going so far. It's looking pretty good. We'll see if it continues up. I've got a current average share price of about $3.75 on Sensonics. I think I bought in just a little bit late. If we go back and look at this 20-day 1 hour on this pullback here, I chased it probably a little bit. I thought that it might kind of balance out around this 340, so I kind of bought in about 370. Maybe this is the area that I thought it was going to have some action in here, and we unfortunately ended up pushing below this level of support, and now it is a level of resistance. So if we get past this $3.20 mark, I think that Sens could take a run if we see some volume. Just waiting on a news catalyst to kind of push us over that support level. If there's anything you guys want me to check out, please let me know, and I'll take a look and tell you what I think. Let's go back to GME. I mostly focus around AMC and GME. I don't currently own any shares of GameStop right now. I'm ride or die with AMC, but we're like cousins. We're brother and sister. We're brothers in this battle of the short squeezes. So yeah, it looks like they got a good push and a sell-off. Let's pull back just a touch and see where we think we might find some support. Could be right there, that $196 price point, and it looks like that is the case. So we'll see what we'll check in on GME throughout the day, and we'll see kind of where she sits. Going back to AMC, actually making a good run, sitting currently at $11.66. So this is what we want to see on the day. We want to see some green. We want to see that push up. Here's our old from yesterday level of support, which is now a level of resistance. So if we can push past this 1180, which it looks like we're testing it out right now, if we can finish one candle above that, we can make a run at that $12 mark again. So looks like we might be rejected by that $11.80 mark. This is live action as we speak, so let's see what happens here. Currently sitting at $11.76, and that was a level of resistance for us. So let's see if we can keep pushing on through and get that push up. We need a little bit more volume here. Currently, that last 1 minute was about 605,000 in volume, and we're testing that level of resistance once more, and we'll see how this candle closes out. So we'd like to see 2 candles close above this level of resistance, and that will create a level of support. And again, looks like just can't get the push to break through that $11.80 support or resistance level. And once again, there we are. We'll just keep trying and see what happens. But it looks like we're going to be rejected by this $11.80 mark. or just about 1170, 71, 76. So it looks like that's actually going to be the level here, 1176. So let's see what happens. Yeah, just rejected, man. Just rejected. So we'll take a look over at Rocket while that play is in action, and see Rocket's doing well this morning. Looks like they opened up right about 23.33. Hit a day high of $23.90. So looks like it's consolidating right here around that 23.80 mark. And looks like we're testing that 23.90 once again, and we did just hit it barely. Sorry guys, my ear itches. One of these days I'm gonna get a microphone so I can stop wearing this headset. It looks like we did break through that 23.90 and currently sitting at $24.04. 2 cents. 4 cents a new high on the day, 24.04 on the day. I'm really down on Rocket. I chased this thing. If you watch my live stream from yesterday, you saw where I was sitting at with Rocket. I think my average price is about like $29. We can actually take a look over here and see. Yeah, average price of $29.65. I knew that I was chasing it, so I only went in with two shares just to mess around with. And I'm holding the bag. I'm a bag holder. So we did get a new high of $24.20. Looks like from our low on the day, up about 4.5%. So not bad. That's what we want to see over here. We want to see some more volume into this thing though. Looks like 351,000 was the max volume for that 1 minute. Looks like that was about the 7th minute of the opening bell. Going back to AMC, again testing that $11.80 resistance level, and again getting rejected by that line here. So I'll actually just replace this and put a new price target here. Oh, right. Oh, nope, not gonna do it. Right there. So looks like that's going to be our level of support. If we can close this candle above that $11.80 mark, and then open and close the next one above $11.80 mark, I think we might go on our run here. And let's take a peek out and see where we think this thing could go, where it's going to gap up to. From the after hours, doesn't look like it's much. I think that $12 price point right here is going to be our real level of resistance to get over. For whatever reason, subconsciously, I think we like those round numbers. So $12 should look to become that new level of resistance. So look for a gap up in here. And we can already see we're growing now, sitting currently at $11.87. Diamond handed with the Fernando Ramirez, man. Yeah, you already know. I'm holding the bag, bro. Although this bag actually has money in it, unlike some of my other ones. Yeah, we're just a bunch of diamond handed apes here, trying to make a quick buck. Currently sitting at $11.85. So look for this thing to gap up to that $12 resistance level. And we'll come back over here to Rocket and see where we sit now. Looks like Rocket kind of pushed back down and it's going to be trading sideways for just a few moments here. High on the day of $24.20. Currently looks like it's just going through some consolidation around that $24 mark. And we'll come over to GME. GME, wow, what's going on here? So GME doing quite the opposite of what AMC is doing right now. A little bit of a sell-off down on the day, about 4%, yeah. So we'll see what happens with GME. We'll keep our eyes on her throughout the day. AMC pushing up. Can we get to that $12 mark? We'd like to see this. Green candles. Look to see a little pullback here. We'll go to the Fibonacci retracement and kind of see where we think there could be a pullback. Matter of fact, let me redo this. All the way from here. If we get to that $12 mark, looks like 1165 would be a good level of support to bounce off of. And that would indicate some bullish price action for the day. Man, I don't know how you West Coast traders do it. I cannot. I'm not a morning person, so luckily this is like good timing that the market opens 8:30 here Central Time. And it's a good healthy pullback here. Look for this thing to pull back a little bit. So on a Fibonacci retracement, healthy price action or bullish price action would tend to be you're taking your bottom point from where you start out at to its peak, and then the healthy pullback should be anywhere up to about that 50% retracement level here, and then should bounce back up, and that would indicate a bullish run on the stock. Yeah, it looks like Rocket it found its level of resistance here, so let's put a Fibonacci retracement over here on Rocket and see right there. So not too bad with Rocket here. Look for it to pull back and bounce. It still has a ways to pull back, so if this thing does have a pullback and it hits that level, look for it to close about 2 candles above, and that would indicate a good time to possibly buy in. I don't know if there's any news catalyst that's going to drive this thing up. Volume isn't too high, so you know, the stock market is a gamble, and I'm not a financial investor, so or advisor. Sorry, I am a financial investor. I'm not a financial advisor, so take what I say with a grain of salt. And it looks like this is just trending from Wall Street bets. So I don't trust any of this articles that they say Wall Street bets. I don't buy any of that crap. So no real news on this thing, but looks like we hit some oversold territory here on the RSI, reaching above 70 up to about 80 on the RSI. So looks like we had a nice little pullback. See if we can finish this candle in the green and see if we're going to consolidate in between this 23.95 and this 24.20 mark. There is some potential here to make some profits. Very small. That's only 1%. So you guys decide what's worth it for you. For me, I like anything over 5%. I'll take a 2.5%. 1% to me, not really worth the risk. Excuse me. Fernando says, I'm a financial advisor, and I say take a second mortgage out on your home and buy. Diamond hands. All right. I don't have a mortgage to take out, so maybe I'll take out a second loan on my bike. Looks like we got a new high on the day, $24.20. And if we can close this candle above, then we're going to be seeing some new highs. So looks like we're creating some higher highs and higher lows, which is good bullish price action on this stock. So Rocket actually having a good day so far. Where will the gap be? Let's take a look at the 5-day. I guess this is anybody's guess. currently sitting about here. We broke through that $24 mark. I think the next area we can look at would be about $24.60. So this $24.20 was a level of resistance. Look for it to become a level of support if we can finish 2 candles above, and we are currently 1 candle above now. So let's see where this these next 2 minutes end and see if this thing starts to ride back up. Currently up about 1.5% on the last 4 or 5 minutes here. And will it get rejected by 24.20? Looks like it found some support, but not quite. So we'll see how the second candle ends, and then I'll switch back over to take a look at AMC. Not doing too bad on the day. Setting at currently $11.86. We're trying to get above $12, and I would be happy if we close the day above $12. We just hit a new high on the day for RKT, $24.29. And we could continue to see a run all the way up to about this 24.60 is where I'm predicting there to be another level of resistance. So I'll just set a line there, and we'll kind of watch this thing and see where it goes. If that is the case, that's potential there for another 1.7%. So if we were to buy in on this pullback, we could potentially make about 2.68%. And we're looking good. I would like to see some more volume in this thing. Only about 200,000 in that last minute. Currently sitting at about 49,000 in volume and moving, but moving slowly. So I don't think we're going to have the volume to push this thing up too high. We'll see if anything else steps in. And we'll come back here in a second. We'll set another level of support if this thing does not reach this 24.60 mark. Back at AMC here, doing pretty good. All right, looks like we broke through this level of support at 1180. Bounced off of it once, hitting it again for the second time, and let's see if we can get a push here. We might be seeing a W formation currently. Let's see if we get this bounce and pushes back up. It could have a little bit of a pullback and then push back through and test that $12 level right now. But it looks like 1193, which is an odd level of resistance to hit. I figured it would be more around this $12 mark. While that's playing out, come back over to GME, not GMC. We could take a look at GMC. I had been invested in Ford for about 2.5, almost 3 years. I think that was probably the first position that I opened my TD Ameritrade account with back in 2017. They took a massive hit, went down to like $5 a share, bounced back up. I think a few weeks ago, sitting at 13. I ended up taking profits on it. A nice, I believe, 23% profit on my investment, and dividends for the last few years. So when they started to take the dividend out over the last year, that's when I decided that once we got some profit, I was going to get out of there. I was holding Ford for their EV sector, and it was a very affordable position to hold. Anything above, below $10, especially for a auto manufacturer, where other manufacturers are sitting at $30-40 a share. Yeah. So it looks like we found a level of support here at 189.32. We'll put a little mark here, just kind of see what happens. And looks like they may be a W forming here as well in GME. So we'll actually set a target there, and we'll see how this thing breaks out. We will take a look over at GMC, Government Motors. Actually, that's not GMC. GM, also known as General Motors. Not doing too bad. Looks like they're finding some consolidation here at this $57 mark. I actually want to zoom back out because it looked like yesterday, sitting at $60, so down a couple bucks from where it was at pre-market yesterday. Hit a low of $56.51. Currently trading at $57. And let's go analyze GM and let's see what they got going on. So GM does pay out a dividend of 38 cents. It's down 300% from 2019 to 2020. Looks like it hadn't increased in the 4 years of the information that I have currently, which was at $1.52 from 16 to 2019. Dropped down to 38 cents in 2020. So it didn't look like they increased at all. They just kind of stayed the same. Currently, the dividend yield is 0.91%. So for a dividend play, not really in my best interest to make that play. I don't like it. You decide what you think is good. And we'll take a look over at Ford and see if Ford's actually updated any of their stuff. Ford currently sitting at $12.61. Dividend yield of 1.7%, so they're down to 15%, negative 300%, and they were at about 60 cents. So if you bought Ford back when, and we'll take a look at the chart here and see where Ford was sitting at. Let's zoom out all the way for the 1 year and take a look. I mean, we were down at $1.5 in the last year, so 60 cents on $5 is very healthy there. That's just about 10%, just over 10%. So 10% dividend yield on your investment, and it's actually pretty good. My average price point was like at $10 because I had bought them back in 2017. And looks like they hit a high of $13.62, so a little bit of a pullback. So we'll just put a Fibonacci retracement here and see what's healthy for them. So looks like they're still on a bullish run here. You know, could potentially pull back to this $11 mark and keep running up. If we remove this one, and we see to that first pullback, didn't quite even make it to the 50%. So you can see here when you're using this Fibonacci, you'll see stock rise, a little bit of a pullback, and anything above the 50% line here is healthy buying power, and it just continued to run up. So if we set another one, get rid of this one. Again, bouncing right off that 38% mark, not quite to the 50. So we'll keep this. I might add this to the stock watch list here, and we'll see what this thing does over the next couple weeks. Going back to AMC and the 1 day 1 minute chart. Looks like we broke below our level of support, and it's now acting as a level of resistance. So look for this thing to kind of test and break through $11.80 again, or $11.70. What do I got? $11.76. Got my dog behind me. I don't want to run her over. She's already almost paralyzed. She's an old girl. She's doing all right. So it looks like we're right above this 1176. Again, we need to get above 1180 and then start to see where this thing trends at. All right, so for Rocket, we tested out. Let me remove this. This is in the way here. So looks like we got a new level of support, and I'll just set that there. So could not break above this $24.61 mark. Did bounce back. If we were to pull up the Fibonacci on Rocket, matter of fact, let me move this over all the way to its lowest point, all the way to its highest point, and we broke below, and we bounced off 61%. So I think that's still okay. As you can see, it started to trend upward. I personally don't like anything that bounces below 50%. I want to see more action, more upward action, and upward momentum. And let's see. Looks like Rocket's not doing too much. Probably going to stay and consolidate here. It just doesn't have the volume it needs to really do anything today. Highest amount of volume was about 7 minutes after opening at 351,000. We got a little bit closer to that, 285, roughly 15 minutes later. And AMC starting to take a little bit of a dive here, currently sitting at $11.70. So it looks like we're going to start consolidating. I like to call the first hour the power hour. I know everybody else likes to call it the last hour in the day, but I think that there's a lot more volatility that happens early on, especially the first minute. Let's just call it the power minute here. A lot of the volume you'll see upon opening is very, very massive. And I'm not quite sure if that is indeed from the pre-market hours and it adds it all up, but I don't think that it does, because, and it could be. I could be completely wrong and I'm just mistaken here. We'll take a look at another one of my favorites here, Harley-Davidson, which I think that they're going to be a long-term play. They have a good dividend. We'll actually go back and analyze the dividend here for HOG HOG, which also stands for Harley Owners Group. And their dividend yield is 1.1%. So not a great dividend, but and it actually dropped. So it dropped 240% to now it's 21 cents per share. Negative 240%, almost 241 year over year. Was at $1.50, so it had been increasing from 2016 to 2019. Went from 40 to 46 to 48 to $1.50 in 2019, then down to 44 cents. I like them for their EV sector. I think the Livewire is going to be a great bike to kind of build a platform on, and I think that they're really, the way that they're doing it is that they're introducing kids bicycles, electric bicycles for kids. So if you haven't seen their line, I think they're the you know what, don't quote me, I don't know the number. There is a line, and what they're trying to do is they're introducing a newer generation of riders, the future riders, with these electric bicycles that are Harley-Davidson brand, so that in the future, when these kids are adults, they'll have that nostalgia of, hey man, I had a Harley-Davidson bicycle when I was a kid, it was electric, and now look at, you know, this bike, Harley-Davidson electric. So it's a smart play by Harley, and I think that it will pay off in the long run, but it may take 5 to 10 years. They did release last year the first Livewire, or the year before. It was supposed to release 2020. I think it actually did end up releasing just before 2020. I think in the 2019 model year as of 2020. So we'll see what happens in the long run. Right now, you know, sitting at about $35. And currently down from yesterday at $35.79. So just down about 3%, so not too bad. We'll come back over and look at GME and see how GME is doing here. GME still setting. It actually broke below our level of support, and now it's a level, or sorry, yeah, broke below. Didn't actually act as a level of resistance, so we're sitting right there. We'll see how it plays out for the rest of the day. Didn't quite make a W, more of a descending W. and AMC probably doing about the same thing now. So let's see what we think this pullback may be here. So currently right there at that 50% line. Look for this thing to bounce up or continue down. So if it does bounce up, we'll see if it's going to consolidate or if it's going to continue to rise and test out that $12 mark before the end of the day. The one thing I know for sure is that we need more volume in AMC. No volume. No volume. 340,000 on the last minute. Just not enough to get us pushing. So looks like AT&T, ticker symbol T, is actually doing okay for the day. Seeing a little bit of a pullback here from its low point. If I can get that click there, just about 1%, so not too bad. I am currently holding a position in AT&T of about 108 shares, so not much. Average price of $28.98. Like I said earlier, I think once we see this DirecTV NFL Sunday ticket deal get worked out, I think you'll see that news catalyst will drive this stock up. And if we go look at, let's take a look at the 3-year here. So I think I drew these lines yesterday. I think we've got potential here of a high of at $39.70. This was back in November of 2019. We saw this huge drop in price, and I think we all know what that is. I'll just give you the dates. That's February of 2020. So February to about May of 2020. Kept continuing down. Consolidating right now, so this is good. We want to see consolidation, and then we'll see if we get some news or good news from AT&T to drive this price back up. But I think that there's potential here in AT&T, if I can get that marked, of about 31%. So I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but I think the potential is there, 31% to make some gains. Taking a look back at Rocket, and looks like it did find that support level and it's just consolidating out right now. So kind of a slow day. Looked like it had started pretty good, and now things are starting to slow down. Only about 10:08, so just about 38 minutes after opening bell. Going back to AMC here. We found a new level of support. And if I can, there we go. Of about $11.61. So we'll see what happens throughout the day here. I'll just keep my eyes on it. If it drops down, I've got a limit order to purchase 6 shares at $11.18. I don't know if it'll go that low, but if it does, hey, I'll pick those up. Just some spare change I had lying around on my account. For those of you who didn't see, we'll take a look at Fintel again, and I'll just talk over what we see with Fintel. So the short volume ratio went up from about 8% to 17%, and what the short volume ratio is that's the amount of shares shorted averaged through the volume traded on that day. So 17% of the volume for whatever time period this is. 70% of the total volume traded was short volume. If I'm wrong, you guys just hit me in the comments and let me know I'm wrong. Short shares availability, the amount of short shares available to short is down to 500,000. We were sitting about at 1 million for the last couple of days or week or so. And so we want to see this number go down. We want to see this number go down, and we want to see this number go up. The short borrow fee rate is at 1.35%. We'd like to see it up into the 20% for our potential to squeeze on this stock. So right now we're still a little ways away from, unless this information is totally fake and we are sitting a lot better off than what they're displaying here. Right now a squeeze it's still there. It's still there. We're not It's not totally dead yet, but it's still a little ways out. We've got to see this short volume ratio climb up. Um, we got to see this short borrow fee rate climb up, and we got to see this short shares availability climb down. And we just got to hold. So it doesn't look like much is going on. Looks like we're just selling here. Let's take a look at the level 2s. Actually, let's take a look at another position I hold in another company on another brokerage account, SNDL. And I don't know why, but every time I see a video or I see somebody saying, "Oh man, SNDL is going up," it's, you know, huge news, and then it's this. Then this is what you see, a bunch of nothing. I mean, I don't know why this stock does this. This is the weirdest thing to me. I mean, look at how even this is just barcoded. If you want to see the definition of a barcode, this is definitely a barcode here. Look at that. Never once testing above it. Never once testing below it. And maybe somebody in the comments can tell me why this is. You see this pre-market, after hours. You see this yesterday. You see this all day long. Why is that? Is it just the volume? Maybe somebody can explain to me why this stays in these ranges so so exact. And it's not something that's set up on my Thinkorswim platform, because if I go to look at other stocks here, you can see I have both wicks on both ends. So we did break below our level of support here at $11.60, currently sitting at $11.52. Not what we want to see from AMC, but that's all right. That could give us a time to buy, or potential to buy up some more shares. Because I'm holding this thing for the long term. And the reason why I'm holding is, if we go back to the 3-year mark, I think at the very least, and you see this when we had this gamma squeeze, when all this Wall Street bet stuff was going on, that we ran up almost identical in price to $20.41, kind of back where it was. This is back in 2018 at this high on the 3-year mark. So I think at the worst case scenario, if we don't get a squeeze, this stock will go up to $20 and a half. That's just my thoughts on it. I've been holding it for a while. Right now we're seeing some steady growth. This is the thing here. When you see this kind of stuff, straight up and straight down, I prefer to see slower price action driving its way up slowly, and then it has a healthy pullback and back up. This is nice if you're already in the stock and you can find where this top's at, but when it goes up, if you start chasing it, the ceiling can just drop out, the floor underneath you can just drop down, and you'll be stuck holding a bag. Trust me, I'm holding the bag on SNDL and on Rocket because I did something very similar. You see this straight up and shot down very quickly, and now I'm holding the bag at about $2.13 of my average share price in another brokerage account. Just a couple $100, so nothing major, nothing serious. But this, I mean, is this what we're gonna see? Just forever with this stock? It's just it's so rectangle, so flat. Good morning, Andrew. What's up, man? Yeah, you missed out on all the nothingness that the market is having to offer this morning. Going back to AMC, looks like we're still sitting below that level of support that we did have, and kind of trailing down. So just no volume. and no news catalyst to drive this thing up. And we may trade like this for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Hell, I don't know. I really think, in my mind, the next news catalyst that's going to reach, that's really going to push us up in a dramatic fashion, will be the quarter 2 results. With most of AMC's opening up now in New York and Los Angeles and California, I think when we see the Q2 financials, we're going to see some good price movement up, and when we see Q3, it's just going to continue on up there. So I'm holding AMC for the long term. I do have a couple of call options, one ending this Friday at $16, which it looks like I'm about to lose that one, and two for this Friday and one for June 18th, $40 strike price. So not doing too bad. About 50% down on the June 18th call option, but that's okay. We got plenty of time. So if you guys didn't see, I dropped a video yesterday on Bitcoin and will it reach 100K? And I didn't get very many answers from the article that I read, but it sounds like it's highly potential that the Bitcoin market cap, I believe, is at 21 million, and we're currently at like 18. Don't just go back and watch the video or Google search it, and you guys will find out. But once we hit that market cap and there's no more Bitcoin to be made, who knows? I think it will hit 100,000 before the end of the year in 2020. So let's take a look at some of my watch lists and see what we got going on here. TKAT doing its thing, man. High of $74. Just when you think it's done, it just continues to run up. Yeah, as you can see here on TKAT, little healthy pullback down to this 50% level, and then continued upward. And right now, it looks like it is starting to taper off. Let me remove this. So as you can see down here on the MACD, looks like our blue line crossed the gold line right here at the peak, and now we're just selling off. So wait to see a reversal on this thing and see if it starts to trend back upward, but I don't think that it will. I think that it's kind of done doing what it's going to do for a while, especially with the amount of volume that we have, which is not very much. Looks like on this high point, 420,000. We'll look over at CCIV Churchill Capital Core. Man, what a nasty sell. Just nasty yesterday. Yeah, kind of sold off a little bit this morning, trading sideways. Not much volume in this thing. Looks like that's the same way across the market. Right now it looks like it's going to consolidate here using this level, and I'll just set that. I hate when it does that. There we go. Looks like using that 2580 mark as its level support, and resistance here looks to be somewhere about right here at 2590. Is there potential to make money in here? Not really, not within this range. I mean, if you have like $100,000 and you want less than 1%, maybe, but even then, that's just it. The risk to reward's not worth it. I like anything more than 5%. That's kind of where I set my minimum at, is 2%, 2.5% really. 5% is what I like. And looks like we broke below that level support, and it's going to test down here at 2570, which is its day low, and now it's got a new low on the day, 2563. So we'll see if CCIV continues to drop out. American Airlines, one we looked at yesterday, one that I made a couple of swing trades on. We'll take a look back here to this 3-year mark. So 3 years ago, back in 2018, we had a high of $53.08. Looks like we were currently stepping down, just trading down. So it was a stock that I, just seeing this portion here, would stay away from. Anytime you don't want to see something just constantly trending down and think, oh yeah, it's going to go back up. Wait till it starts to go back up. So right down here, looks like we found the bottom throughout last year in 2020, and now we're starting to trend upward. But I currently think that our where we should be trading at is between this 2560 and this 2942 price point here. So looking at that, where we currently sit, there's about 27% there to make some profits. And this is a long-term swing trade if it does indeed go back up and trade in here. So it looks like we found the bottom here, and we started to consolidate right here between these two price points at $26 and $29.42. So I would look forward to, once it breaks above, and it did test, and that was a level of resistance here. So once it breaks above this 2960, look for it to become a support, and then potentially gap up to 2920. And if it does that, you're only looking at about 3.5%. Not bad, not what we want to see. But if you think that it's going to do something good here, you've got about 27 to 30%. Now it could drop all the way back down and find this level of support here at $21.70. So for me, if I'm looking at it, I might look to buy in at $21, somewhere around here, $21.70. I made some profit within this range here at $20 to $21, $22. Let's see here. Yeah, not bad. If we're to set a Fibonacci retracement, looks like from January the 25th, where we run up to here, a healthy level of support is about $20.86. So, or $26.02. Actually, wrong again. Was right the first time. 2062, somewhere around there. So look for this thing to continue to pull back, possibly bounce off this 38.2% at about $21, $22. So this would be a good time to buy in at 22, and then look for it to continue its trend upward, possibly to 29.40. No one knows. It's a guessing game. But let me remove this Fibonacci retracement here. There we go. If you guys will give me a moment, I'll be right back. So I'll just have you leave you over here on the AMC screen so you can watch the live prize action of AMC.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm back. TKAT looked like it hit its level of resistance there at $74. Um,
Mic off. Mic on.
excuse me. Down to $62. So new level of support for the day. Right here at $62.
Mic off. Mic on.
And a new level of resistance up here at 68. Oh, if I can mark it. I don't know why I have so much trouble there. It's right about $68.20. 68.16 is where I got the mark set. So look for that to become its level of resistance. If you can break above that, look for it to test again of the $74 mark or the $72 mark. So I'll put a candle or a price point right there, and we'll see if it tests that. So look for it to break above $68.16 and possibly gap up to $72.72. AMC still broke below this level of support here at $11.60. Right now we've got a new level of support right there at $11.50. So nice round number, $11.50. New level of support. Look for it to trade sideways just a little bit, possibly come up and touch this 1160 and break above. If it breaks above, our next gap up looks like it's in here, right about $11.65. So if you're scalping, it's not a lot, but about 1.5% would be a good opportunity to buy in. Excuse me. Good opportunity to buy in somewhere down here. I've got mine set for way down here at 11.18. Even then, if it touches 11.30, I might set that for down here. So we'll see if it breaks below this level of support here, and if it starts to continue down, possibly the next level of support would be $11.30. So lots of lines. I'll just take care of this one. And I'll leave this one. I'll leave this one. I'll leave these few. I'll take this one out. Actually, you know what? I'll leave these in. We'll just kind of see where this thing trades at. See if it respects these old levels of support and resistance throughout the day today. And I'll check back in this afternoon before market close, and we'll do some more streaming here. SNDL down on the day, low of $1.20. So we did break below this level of support. Barcoded again for another about 10 minutes. Broke down, and now a low here. So not looking good for SNDL on the day. TKAT using this level of support here, touched this level of resistance and was rejected at $68.16. We'll see if it comes back down and touches, if it's going to trade sideways and consolidate within this price range here, or if it's going to come back up and test this level of resistance again. Man, FSR not looking too good, down to $19.71 on the day, down from yesterday. Looks like we closed about $20, so not down much. Big sell-off here. Only about 81,000 in volume. Let's take a look at the news. looks like the only news catalyst I'm seeing for today is Fisker Incorporated to participate in upcoming Bank of America 2021 Virtual Global Automotive Summit. So if you guys don't know, I'll just analyze FSR real quick. They are an EV company. Fisker, ticker symbol FSR, formerly Spartan Energy Acquisition Corp, is an automotive company. The company designs and manufactures electric vehicles. The company also provides mobility solutions. Its product Fisker Ocean, an electric sport utility vehicle or SUV. This Fisker Ocean available to consumers through a leasing package now. So that's kind of why we saw the price on this thing jump up. If we go back here to this, where are we gonna go? 20-day maybe? Yeah. So you can see down here, low about $15.52. Increases about almost 100%, just about 100%. With that news, which I think was them announcing that it was available to lease the Fisker Ocean EV SUV. Which actually, let's take a look at, because I'd like to see one of these. Not a bad looking car. Kind of reminds me of a cross between a Telluride and a Range Rover of some sort. Actually, kind of a cool looking car. I'd ride one of these. I like the wheels. It says 2022, so I guess you can lease it now and it will be available in 2022. This rendering shows it's 4x4. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I mean, that would be an SUV, sport utility. Yeah, it's a nice looking car. Let's see what the price point is on one of these things. So it looks like Fisker actually proposed that they want to keep their price point under $40,000. We'll take a look at this article from Edmunds.com. Looks like they're going to have a couple different models. The standard all-wheel drive version will develop more than 300 horsepower. Wow. With two-wheel drive models possibly making less. A more powerful Ocean is also in the works. Output is unspecified, but Fisker says it hopes to achieve 0 to 60 time in less than 3 seconds. So kind of on par for most EVs. 0 to 60 less than 3 seconds. Let's see, our first glimpses at the Ocean's interior reveal a modern high-tech cabin. Front and center is a 16-inch portrait-oriented touchscreen flanked by a 9.8-inch screen that serves as the instrument panel. And again, talking about this $40,000 price point here. So not too much information on this. Looks like Fisker Ocean's tech offerings are largely under wraps at the moment. We're skeptical of the promised heads-up display directly integrated into the windshield. It's a neat concept, but it's much more complex than current HUDs. So that'd actually be pretty cool if this thing could have a HUD on the display on the windshield. I'd like to see what that would look like. I doubt there's any pictures, but let's take a look. So this article is quite old. Yeah, don't see much there. So here's a photo of the screen. See if there's a bigger one. That's actually pretty cool. So I know on the Mercedes, I think it's the GLC 300. It has a little screen, but it's on top of the dash, and I really don't like that. I do like this though. It's a little bit lower, kind of out of your field of view, or your FOV. Do you guys play Call of Duty? If so, what do you play on? Xbox, PlayStation, PC? I played it on all of them. Now I prefer PC, mainly the field of view. Man, it feels so different with the field of view set up to 100 or 105 versus a console, I believe, at 80. So looks like there's not going to be any pictures of the heads-up display. CEO Hendrik Fisker announced that their four-wheel drive SUV with a range of 300 miles. So 300-mile Fisker Ocean. And again, they're using, oh, this is from Top Speed, so they're probably not using real photos. So Fisker is one of my watch lists, and I'm gonna keep it there, and we'll see what happens here. We'll just set this here. We'll leave it just below. If I do decide to buy into Fisker, I'll keep my eyes right here at this point, and we'll see possibly if we can ever get back up to that once product is released. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to start getting rid of some of these levels of support here. Matter of fact, let me go into a closer view. I'll get rid of that. Matter of fact, let's just start all over. If I can remember how to do this. Alright, we'll go back to this 20-day mark here. Let me set a price level there. Looks like we've already kind of touched this one. I'll keep one there, and set one for right about there. Or actually, let's set one there, and we'll come back in here. Take a look at a 5-day. So this actually will not show up. Maybe I should just keep it on the 10-day or the 20-day. So dropping down quite a bit. I'm gonna look for the next level support to be $18.93. I'll actually set an alert here. When it's at or below, let's just make it even $19. So right there you can see I set an alert here. So if it does drop below this, I'll keep an eye on it, and it could be a good price point to buy in. For a long-term play, if they roll out this EV SUV, I think that could be something to keep our eyes on in the future. Just seeing how Tesla's done. TKAT dropping down. Sounds like the trash guys here. Got a new level support here at about $57 or and 63 cents. Alright, so it looks like I just got filled at the AMC. We'll come back over here, make sure I'm on day 1 minute. Yeah, AMC just having a massive sell-off right now. Decent amount of volume. Currently sitting at $11.14. I did have an order limit at $11.18, so I did purchase those shares. Let's see what it increased. I think I was sitting at $8.57. Yeah, so currently average price at $8.64 for those 6 shares I just bought. So um, I'm long 294 positions right now on AMC, average price of $8.64. I've got a couple more over in a Robin the Hood app, which I'm going to close out very soon. So just under 300 shares for me. And if this thing continues to drop, I'll just add some more dry powder to my account and just keep purchasing up shares. So look for $11 to be another level of support down here. Not looking good for AMC. I'll click over and look at GME here in just a sec. Let's see what GME's doing. Kind of the same thing, just selling off. Selling off. That's fine. That's fine. That's better price points for us to buy in. I'm totally happy with this. I'm still net positive on my positions. Up just about $1,000, maybe a little bit less right now, but I'm totally okay. This just gives me more of an opportunity to buy some more shares. I may drop another couple $100 in this afternoon. The bad news is, excuse me, that my call option for this Friday is just about worthless. Looks like it's about $18 in price right now for the two call options that I have, $9 each. So yeah, down about quite a bit, about $160 on those two options. So not a lot of money. I'm still messing around with call options just to see how the game is played, and it's money that I am willing to lose. Call options are very, very risky, and I have found out and learned the hard way. I pretty much lost both of mine last Friday that I had at $14 strike price. Looking good on Wednesday. The one thing I have learned with call options, in my opinion, and what I found that would have worked for me, was as soon as you go up, if you go up, sell. Take that profit and get out. Because the longer you hold on to that call option, the closer to the expiration date. That theta decay just eats away at your profits every day. With every minute that passes, the closer you get to expiration, the lower your profit becomes, or the value of your contract becomes, unless the share price just continues to go up. In which I think we hit about $11.50 last week, or $14.50 last week on Wednesday, where my two call options were the most valuable, and I held on to them thinking that we were going to hit $16 on Friday, and we did not close above $14. I ended up closing out about 2 minutes before market close on Friday, and I think I got like $2 or $3 back, and then I had to pay the fees for those call options of about $1.60. So pretty much lost the entire two call options there. So not too much. It was about $180. And then again for another $180 right now, down about $162 or so on these call options, and then my call option for the June 18th $40 strike price, currently down probably about $100 on that one. So this one I've got time on, so I'm not too worried about this call option here. So it looks like we found a new level of support here at $11.01. And man, I don't know what caused this this sell-off here. Just huge. I'll click on this story from about 8:30 this morning. All right, this is basically just stocks that are trending on Wall Street Bets. We can take a look at AMD, and oh, Corsair Gaming. All right, Corsair. Corsair, CRSR, BlackBerry, BB. So let's take a look at CRSR. I don't know why I did that. Get rid of the news. And let's take a look at the 180-day chart here. So high of $52.34. This was back in November of 2020. And looks like we had a consolidation phase after a nice pullback. So let's see if this was a healthy pullback. Wow. Maybe that's why. So as you can see here, from the low of $13.76 up to a high of about $52.34. We had a nice little pullback here, touching this line at about 50%. So healthy pullback here, consolidated in this range, went back up just a little bit, kind of went down. So we'll check, and actually I'll add this to the watch list and we'll keep an eye on it. Potential to go back up to $52 is could definitely be there. Not sure why we had this sudden rise on this stock. Let's remove that. Let me see here. If you will click there, there we go. Huh. Maybe I have to do it all the way over here. There we go. About 258% in just under 50 days. Let's see if there's any news here. Alright, looks like March 16th, Corsair launches new 11th gen Intel powered Vengeance i7200 series gaming PC. I'm actually rocking the Corsair Max Airflow D4000 something or another case. Of course, the Corsair Virtuoso RGB headphones. They are wireless, but for some reason I have a little bit of an issue sometimes connecting with the USB dongle here. Works fine when I'm playing Call of Duty, when I'm live streaming. Just don't want to have any issues, so I just hardwire right in. That way I know this thing's not coming disconnected. Probably got a few other Corsair products in my PC. Nothing that I can really see right now that sticks out that I remember. I do like Corsair, a little bit more on the expensive side, but they do make good RAM sticks and some good peripherals. I really like Razer, so I'm rocking a Razer mouse, Razer keyboard, the Mini Huntsman keyboard, Viper mouse, super light. Can't remember the DPI on this thing, but just about the same as all other gaming mice. What else? Oh, got a nice Razer Wolverine Tournament Edition controller. Xbox works on Xbox Series X and the PC here, so I like it. It's got some nice RGB lighting on there. It's got stoppers here on the back for the triggers, and got some paddles down here that work perfectly for gaming. So big fan of Razer products. Also like Corsair here. See, maybe I'll just add Corsair over here to the watch list and just kind of keep an eye on this thing and see what it does. Take a look over here at BlackBerry. Looks like AMC did have a bounce there. Currently sitting at about $11.25. BlackBerry consolidating throughout the last looks like month or so. Currently sitting at $10.28. The only news I see for BlackBerry Mostly is just trending stocks on Wall Street Bets. And for some reason, this news article popped up about Microsoft looking to acquire Discord. But I'm not sure why this would actually pop up on BlackBerry. So let's see. Maybe you guys know, I don't know, who owns Discord. So the concept of Discord came from Jason Citron, who founded OpenFaint, a social gaming platform for mobile games. He sold OpenFaint to Gree, G-R-E-E, in 2011 for $104 million, which he used to find Hammer and Chisel, a game development studio. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so Microsoft announced in April 2018 that it will provide Discord support for Xbox Live users. I think it's only a matter of time before they do actually purchase Discord, but I don't know what that has to do with BlackBerry and why that popped up on BlackBerry News. Matter of fact, what is Microsoft? NSFT? Is that Microsoft? Let's take a look at Microsoft here. So, not looking too bad here. Currently sitting at about $239.02. Looks like Microsoft does have a dividend, which I was unaware of, and a dividend yield of less than 1%. So actually they increased their dividend from 2019 to 2020 of about 20 cents here. So from 184 in 19 to 204 in 2020. So not a very good dividend yield, but they do give it a dividend. And if we look at the charts here, we can look at a 20-year chart. You guys tell me what kind of company you want to buy into. I mean, that's what I want. $14 back here in 2009, all the way up to a high of $246.13, and it'll probably just continue to go up, especially with the success of the Xbox Series X. So just about there, $240. We could actually see that today. This high, how long ago was that? 247 is the 180-day high. Currently at 239.15. So I don't know if there's ever a bad time to buy Microsoft. To tell you the truth, not sure with them buying Discord if that actually will increase the share price or decrease it just off the bat, just because of the capital they have to give up to purchase that, to make the acquisition. Guys, let me know. $10 billion acquisition for what? Discord? That's crazy. Matter of fact, let's pull it up here. Yep. So 54 minutes ago, via Yahoo News, looks like Microsoft reportedly mulling Discord buyout for over $10 billion. Jeez. So looks like Bloomberg noted that the company's valuation stood at $7 billion in 2020, and they're willing to pay 10. That's outstanding. And if I were to go back, Jason Citron, who looks like he sold. Okay, so Open Faint looks like it was the original name of Discord. Not sure. Let's see. Company $2 billion valuation 2018. Man. So they're just steadily going up here. Could be worth $10 billion. Man, that would have been pretty good for AT&T to acquire this. So it looks like in 2016, in January, Discord raised an additional $20 million in funding, including an investment from Warner Media. In 2019, Warner Media Investment Group sold its share as it was shut down following AT&T's acquisition of Warner Media. So if AT&T would have acquired that, it would have been looking real sweet for my AT&T stock, but it's not the case. So this could be really good news for the Xbox users. A lot of the chats that we have in-game chat is kind of trash, especially like Call of Duty and stuff like that. The gameplay chat's actually not really bad. So if Microsoft acquires Discord, I think that's going to be some good things on the gamer side of things, just for the Xbox users. I mean, Xbox is growing leaps and bounds above PlayStation at this point currently. So we'll take a look over at AMC. Looks like we did bounce off that $11 mark, hit the resistance up here at 11.30. Remember, I got filled on some shares down here at about 11.18. Only 6 shares, just something to add to my portfolio. You never know where the bottom's going to be, so just timing it, you know, I'm okay with that. I think it was trading up here about 11.60 whenever I set that that purchase, that limit order. So it looks like we're going to trade sideways for a bit here and just kind of consolidate, and if we get some more volume, we might try to test this 11.30 mark here. So looking to be the new level of resistance at $11.31 for AMC. We'll see if we can get a push above that. You know, hey, if we're trading between 11 and 12, I'm still up quite a few percent. Again, as my average share price is at $8.64 on my just under 300 shares right now. If we start to test that $11 mark again, I might buy some more shares today. I like to get it at an even number at 300 shares, maybe 301 shares. So AT&T just doing some consolidation here, not looking like too much. We'll go back to BlackBerry. I think it was what we were looking at before. Nothing really new happening with BlackBerry. Matter of fact, let's see if I can go to Fintel and see if there's any news on BlackBerry. Let's go to BlackBerry short interest. We'll see if that pops up on Fintel somewhere right here, and it does.
Mic off. Mic on.
So it looks like this was updated about 37 minutes ago, and we had just 1.1 million short shares available in BlackBerry, ticker symbol BB. Short volume ratio is at 10%. So again, short volume ratio is the amount of volume that's shorted compared to the total volume of the day. So let's say we're trading $1 million in volume on the day, and what is that? 10% of 1 million is 100,000. 100,000 shares are shorted. out of that 1 million in volume, that'd be 10% short volume ratio. That's my interpretation of what a short volume ratio is. If I'm mistaken or if my math's off, just please feel free to correct me in the comments or the chat. Just rip me. Don't care. Short hair don't care. Short borrow fee rate is under 0.5% here, so not good there. Yeah, I don't see any kind of squeeze for this company, not in the near term. Again, we'll take a look at AMC, and I'll just reload it real quick. So actually, it does look like some things have changed. So the short borrow fee rate actually went up to 2.85%. So that's really, really good news. What we want to see is we want to see this thing keep climbing up. We want to see it hit about 20%. And we want to see this go down. Short shares availability go down. It was at 500,000 this morning. It was at 1 million for the last week or so. So now we're currently sitting at 457,000. Short volume ratio has stayed the same since this morning at 17%, which we were at 8% previously. So the more this short volume ratio goes up, that's more shares shorted in average compared to the total volume of shares that are trading in the market. Just means they're shorting this thing. They keep shorting it, we keep holding. We're just going to drive the price up, and we're going to cause this gamma squeeze, which will eventually lead to a short squeeze. So we just keep holding strong. We want to see this. This is good news. This is probably the best news of the day. Don't care what the price of the stock is doing right now. I'll just buy more if it goes lower. But I do like to see these numbers. 450. We want to see that get lower, and we want to see this get higher. So I really like to see this is starting to climb back up now. Close some of these tabs out. And I'll leave that one open for the time being. So looking like a red day here. We'll check over at the SPY, see how the market is doing in a whole. The SPY is an S&P 500 ETF. You know, had a nice little pullback here. Not really doing anything. So at least the market is steady. We're not seeing anything crazy going on. Rocket here broke below this level of support, and now it's trading within these other two levels here. So just about here and here. So look for it to bounce off this this line right here at $23.83 and test again at this $24.09 mark. Sensonics not looking too good today, but what is this? Looks like a lot of volatility here, a lot of volume in compared to what it normally does. Big sell there, only about 461,000 in volume for that 1 minute here at 10:33, compared to the previous minute at about 119,000. So just almost about 3.5 times the amount of volume, and the volume. It's kind of sporadic here. I'd say it's picking up, but not really. So let's see if there's any news on Sensonic, SENS. So nothing really. I think we checked this out yesterday. Basically just showing that they're granted a patent. And so what we're really waiting on is this patent to be granted for the 365-day glucose monitoring system. What is it called? Forgot the name. See if I can figure it out right here. Oh, there we go. That's why. CGM, the continuous glucose monitoring. So the system is called Eversense, and it looks like, from what I understand, is that they have a patent for a 365-day glucose monitoring system that you wear, and you don't got to take it off for a whole year. So we're waiting for that patent to be approved, and then bring that thing to market. And once that happens, Sensonics is going to be a monster. So we're going to look at where it was at. We do have some potential in here if we get a good news catalyst. We won't see this thing rise, I think, for a while. But we did hit a high of $5.90, and I think we could. Now it looks like we had a little pullback here. So if we go to the Fibonacci retracement, and if we start all the way down here, all the way to up here, and I could be mistaken on my lines. It looks like we consolidated here, so maybe I should use that line. So let's just put it in there somewhere. In there. Looks like when we got up, healthy pullback, but then we kind of dipped below. So either way you look at it, just kind of volatile there. But I think that we do have potential here at about $5.90 or somewhere in that $5.50 range. If we could get a really big push with a news catalyst like that they are bringing this 180-day CGM to market, or they get the patent approved for the 365-day CGM continuous glucose monitoring system. If they can get that to market, I think that we're going to see a huge news catalyst push that we're going to see a lot of volatility or a lot of volume push into this thing, and we'll get some gains. I'm currently holding about, I believe, 87 shares long, average price of $3.75, so not a lot, just kind of a play, just to have something into it for when it does get that news catalyst. I think long term, I'll continue to add to my position as we get down, but I'm mostly on AMC right now. So AMC, that's my main thing. It's the main squeeze for right now. And looks like we tested here, kind of just trading sideways for just a little bit. Probably not much going on this morning. It's only 11 a.m. on the East Coast, so lunchtime here very shortly. And we'll take a look at GME. Actually, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put AMC and GME side by side, and we're going to see what they look like. I've got to figure out how to save this, because every time that I do this thing, that's a little closer. Let me go to settings. Let me overlap the volume. Let me add some indicators here. Let's add an RSI. Let's add a MACD. And that should be enough here. Alright. Should be close enough to see what's going on. So, like we looked at this morning, it was actually the inverse of what was going on. AMC was rising and GME was kind of falling for the first few minutes of the market. And then now from here out, looks like if you just took away the actually, maybe it's just it actually is no. So maybe I just had this zoomed in a little bit farther. Let's zoom in from this mark here, and we'll zoom in from this mark here, and you can kind of see we got a push up and then a massive sell-off here. It's kind of the same thing, a push up and then a sell-off here. Ours took a little bit longer than what GME did. Looks like GME took only about 5 minutes or so. Not even 5 minutes, 4 minutes to reach its peak, and then sell off within the next 10 to 11 minutes. Whereas with AMC, looks like we reached our peak at about 15 minutes. So we had a little bit more buying pressure, although it looks like there's possibly more volume. No, not really. Yeah, AMC's seen a lot more volume than GME these days, which is very odd. I know there's still apes holding GME. I'm not one of them. But you can see that they kind of mirror each other. So even right now, if you're watching live price action here, look at this little drop here. Kind of the same thing. For whatever reason, these two stocks mirror each other. Now, if we're at a third one in here, let's get 3. Let's see what the S&P 500 is compared to. Not 1 day, 1 year. Let's go from this one over. Let's go from this one over. There we go. Let's add some indicators in here. All right, now you can see what these things look like compared to the market as a whole. And actually, the market's actually looking pretty good. It's got some good movement back up. It had a big sell-off here, roughly about 10:30, for about half an hour, a little bit more than half an hour. Or actually, no, it was in a couple of minutes here, about 10 minutes, and then it's had this nice run of about the last 20 minutes of upward pressure. Whereas we've seen quite the opposite. We had a big push this morning, and then just a big sell-off for the rest of the day here, with both GME and AMC. Coming back to AMC, and let's take a look at what we've got going on in our watch list. So TKAT kind of getting back in this thing. Looks like they broke above this level of resistance here. Did not use it as a level of support. Actually found a new level of support down here. So we could probably take this one away. And we could probably add a new one here. So looks like the new level of resistance is somewhere about right there. And we'll see if this thing can break up and then gap up to this next one. So kind of stepping up, you know. Little stair step action. And I'm gonna leave you guys alone here for just a sec, and you can watch this live price action of AMC.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, we're back. So here in a sec, I'm going to take you guys through the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform application that is on desktop. It's also on mobile and smartphone, and I'm going to show you guys how to search for stocks that may be breaking out. Right now, currently AMC sitting at $11.23, and I'll show you guys how I find some stocks that are really ripping for the day to make those scalp opportunities and those swing trade opportunities. So let me just bring my screen back up here. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to go over here to scan, and I haven't used this too much, so I'm a little rusty on this thing. We want to look at percentage at 0 to, let's just call it the max. What's the max here? I don't know, 1000%. Volume in the 20 million. There you go. To that, and let's scan. Let's see what comes up here. So looks like let's see if I can sort this here. JZZ Technologies increase in 449% here. So let's take a look over at JZZ, ticker symbol JZZ. Gotta love when it takes this long to load. First, let's see if I can even analyze JZZ and see what this stock is about. For some reason, this doesn't show up. Let's go back over to scan. We'll pick another one here. Dolphin Entertainment. Alright, let's take a look at ticker symbol DLPN. So yeah, massive price increase from yesterday. Looks like about just under 200% increase. Yeah, bear with me just a moment. Where are we at? Okay, so Dolphin, what, let's see what Dolphin is. Dolphin Entertainment, DLPN. Out of Coral Gables, Florida, Dolphin Entertainment Incorporated is an entertainment marketing and production company. The company, through its subsidiaries, provides strategic marketing and publicity services to various brands, both individual and corporate, in the entertainment, hospitality, and music industries. It operates through two segments: entertainment, publicity, and marketing segment, and content production segment. The entertainment, publicity, and marketing segment is composed of 42 West, The Door, Shore Fire, and Viewpoint Computer Animation Incorporated, and provides clients with diversified services, including public relations, entertainment, content, marketing. So it looks like this is a marketing company. The company provides influencer outreach and collaboration. So we'll see if they've got any news.
Mic off. Mic on.
And it looks like here's the news. NFT. They announced that it launched an NFT, non-fungible token. If I'm saying that wrong, please, you guys let me know. So it looks like they announced an NFT, and if we know anything about NFTs, that's what happened with TKAT. So I'm looking to see this thing maybe continue to run. Massive spike here. Could also come crashing down. So keep that in mind if you guys are trying to scalp this kind of stuff. Huge runoff. We'll just run a Fibonacci retracement here. If I can get this thing set. Looks like some healthy pullback here too. If we were to look, we run up and just didn't quite touch that, or did quite touch that 50% retracement, and then continued upwards. And now it looks like we're doing some consolidation. I think this thing could continue to run up, but it looks like it's slowly moving right now. So this is one just to keep your eyes on. Get rid of that. Go back over here to scan. There's a biopharma incorporated tech company here. Looks like they're up 74% on the day. BNTC. So let's take a look at that ticker symbol BNTC. And first, let's take a look at what they do.
Mic off. Mic on.
Looks like they were formerly Benetech Biopharma Limited, incorporated on April 7th of 1995. It's a clinical stage biotechnology company. The company focused on the development of genetic medicines. This company is developing a therapeutic technology platform that includes or combines ribonucleic acid RNA interference with gene therapy for providing sustained, long-lasting silencing of diseased causing genes from a single administration. So why are they running up here? And they're actually trading back down. So maybe this is just the after hours. Looks like they had a 13G filing showing Morgan Stanley raised its stake in the company to roughly 249,000 shares, or a 5.2% stake. So Morgan Stanley upped their stake in the company. Yeah, from 13,100 shares to 249,000 shares. So Morgan Stanley put in a big stake in this company. So anytime you see big institutional buyers step in and take a stake like that, that's really good for the company and shows that there should be some long-term growth here. So we'll step back and we'll take a look at the 180-day chart. Looks like they just kind of bounced back. A high of about $9.19 back in August of 2020, and for whatever reason, massive sell-off here, just kind of consolidated and raised up, and then another pullback here. So not even really a healthy pullback. Looks like it's almost 100% pullback, and then right here. So this is one to be careful with, maybe in the long term. But what I would do if it were I is, let's take a look at the 10-day here. I'd probably wait for this thing to kind of pull back and settle in. And if you can get this thing for a 250, although we don't know if it's going to go back down that far, it may be a good opportunity to buy in here. Don't think they have a dividend plan, and they do not. Which that's always a prereq for me, at least on long-term strategy holdings. It's like I want to get paid while I'm waiting on this thing to rocket up. So if it's got a dividend, that's a plus. That way I can get some profits out of the stock while I'm waiting for it to rocket upward. So kind of just selling off today. Just, yeah, little downward trend. It maybe start to consolidate here, and maybe this new price point of $5 is the new range. We'll go back to our scan here. Yeah, it shows it's up $2.37. I don't think there's anything else that really sticks out to me in here. Apple, not really up a percent. But the other thing to look forward to is the volume here. So this one actually down here, HCMC. So we'll take a look at this. Why is it crashing down? If I've ever seen a barcode, and I thought SNDL was it, this is the new barcode. God. So this is just a penny stock, currently sitting at 0.001. Not even a penny, just above 1/10 of a penny here. But if I'm reading that correctly, that's 167 million in volume right there, which seems kind of odd for it to go there. The only thing I see going back to March 8th of this year is that they announced the official launch of its Twitter page. So, Healthier Choices Management Company. Matter of fact, HCMC. Out of Hollywood, Florida. All right. Healthier Choices Management Company, formerly VaporCore, is a holding company. The company is focused on managing healthy food markets and providing consumers with healthy daily choices with respect to nutrition and other lifestyle alternatives. The company segment includes U.S.-based retailer of vaporizers and e-liquids and the natural and organic grocery operations in Fort Myers, Florida. The company sells direct to consumers through the company-owned brick-and-mortar retail location. So there must be some stores here. The company operates under the Vape Store and ADA's natural and organic brand. So kind of odd that a vape company would be called Healthier Choices Management, but I guess it's healthier than cigarettes. So we'll go back over to our scan here. And okay, so I see no change, but a lot of volume. So that one's very strange to me. Here we go, AHFD. So let's check out AHFD. And is there any news? Stocks that hit 52 weeks low on Friday. This is February 28th, so no news for them. Looking at the 1-day, 1-minute time frame here, saw a lot of volume here, and not really sure what this volume's all about here. I mean, just in that 1 minute, showing 65 million in volume. This thing's currently sitting at 0.00050, so this is an OTC, so this is not something we'd even be looking to trade at all, period. I've got to get that out of here. No OTCs. I'll figure out how to do that at some other time. So I guess what we want to try to find is a stock that has a percentage change that's really high and high in volume, just like this Metatron, which is still currently at 0.0024, so not something we're looking to trade. So this is what I need to do is look at a minimum price point of let's call it $5 and a maximum of, let's call it $30 here. See what pops up if this even scans anything. And we got one just off an entertainment, last at $13.92, so up $8 on the day. Let's include this to $60 and see what happens. Okay, let's take this down to $2. And we get to the BNTC. We've already taken a look at this one. So stock change up to 1,000%. In this range though, not much is going on, so let's go up to $100 and see if we can find something in here. Yeah, nothing really, so we'll put no maximum, see if that pulls up anything. Yeah, this is net change. We'll put the low to $5 and the high of about let's just call it $60. Yeah. So we got 90 million in volume here. Current price of $6.16 and a net change of about $1.85 positive, with 43% increase on YVR Liquid Media Group. So let's go check out YVR. Get some good looking volume here to start the day out. Looks like it's consolidating right here around the 6:15 mark. See if there's any news. So it looks like they beat profit view. So following the market opening on Tuesday, the Dow traded up 0.01% to 32,000, while the Nasdaq rose. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's Just a mid-market earnings here. So let's see what this YVR actually is. And will I get any information? I don't know. Probably not. So this could be a new stock here. I'm seeing direct offerings of common shares here, so they might have just gotten this IPO. No, it looks like they've been around for a while. Look at the 10-day, not much. High of 750. 1 day, 1 minute. Not too much going on, really just consolidating. Did have a push this morning for some reason or another, and then just consolidating throughout the day. Don't really see. Looks like they closed the direct offer. Okay, so Liquid Media Group Ltd. shares were up 57% to $6.80, a 52-week high after the company said it closed its previous announced registered direct offering of 1.8 million common shares at $3.35 each. The proceeds from the offering were $6 million, it said. The company said it intends to use the proceeds for working capital purposes, expanding existing businesses, or acquiring or investing in businesses, debt reduction or debt refinancing, capital expenditures, and other general corporate purposes. Volume for the stock was 14.4 million shares at 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, compared to its 65-day average volume of 3.8 million shares. So we see a lot of volume here with them announcing that that they closed out this this direct offering here. Made a little bit of capital. Go back to scan. Don't really see anything in scan. And maybe this is why. Let me take some of these zeros out here. So let's even look at just 1 million in volume. See what this adds. Alright, so quite a few things here. What we're scanning for is a stock price of $5 in the range of $5 to $60. Volume from 1 million to 200 million in volume, and then a percentage change of 0% to 1,000% increase. So we've already taken a look at Dolphin. Some good volume here, 18 million on this, and at $5. Change percent, not really that much. So not too much crazy stuff going on in that those ranges that we're looking for. This looks pretty good here. Let's take a look at this AMTX. So they reached a high of $26.26, currently sitting at $25.20. Check out any news that they got. Alright, so this is good news here from Credit Suisse. They added their price target, if I was reading that correctly, as outperformed with price target of $35. So they've got a price target of $35 from Credit Suisse, and right now currently sitting at about $25, $24.95. So we'll keep an eye on this. I'll actually probably add this to the watch list here for 2021 AMTX, and I'll set an alert for it to raise at or above $26.29. I'll just lower that to $26.26, and we'll see if this thing jumps up. See if it pushes past this and can continue to rise. So we'll take a look at the 180-day chart here. So this is the kind of stock that you actually want to see. Something that's setting higher highs and higher lows. So if we were to see a pullback, which I don't think that we will, yeah, we've got room here. It's a healthy looking stock. So this is going to be one to keep your eyes on, is AMTX. And we'll just set a little note here. Keep an eye on this one, exclamation point. We'll take a look and see what they've got. AMTX. So AMTX out of Stevens Creek, Cupertino, California. So the Silicon Valley, it sounds like. Amethyst is what I'm going to call it. AMTX is an international renewable fuels and biochemicals company. The company is focused on the production of fuels and chemicals through the acquisition, development, and commercialization of technologies that replace traditional petroleum-based products by conversion of first-generation ethanol and biodiesel plants into biorefineries. Its segments include North America and India. The North American segment includes the company's approximately 60 million gallon per year capacity ethanol manufacturing plant in Keys, California, and its technology lab in College Park, Maryland. The India segment includes the company's over 50 million gallon per year capacity biodiesel manufacturing plant in Kakinada, the administrative offices in Hyderabad, India, and the holding companies in Nevada, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The Keys plant produces denatured ethanol, wet distiller grains, corn oil, and condensed distiller solubles. It produces biodiesel and refined glycerin at the Kakinada plant. So looks like it's a fuel company. No dividend on this company here. If you guys want to take a look at the quarterly earnings per share, so it looks like they're actually down a little bit, 12 from Q4 over Q3. That's what it says, but it shows that they're actually up from Q3 to Q4, 67 cents earning per share. And if this is accurate, maybe they're up here. I don't know, unless I'm reading this wrong. You guys tell me. I don't know. Could be a company to keep our eyes on. Matter of fact, go back to charts here. Had a little pullback here. What is this? This is March 5th of 2021. So we'll set a Fibonacci retracement here. Take a look there. Yeah, I mean, pulled back a little bit more than we would like, but then continued upward. So sometimes you can't always tell that this is going to be accurate, that it hits 50 and bounces off. So it hit just below 61% here, probably closer to 65, 70%, and then continued on up and created a all-time high, at least for this 180-day chart. So taking a look into the 3-year chart, yeah, all-time high. Matter of fact, let me remove this drawing here. And currently that's where it sits. So could be something to look into. Kind of pulling back here. We'll set a retracement here for this. Look for it to bounce right here at this 2461, and that's what it looks like it's kind of doing. Again, from where we started on the day to the high, healthy little pullback here, continued upward again, touched this high, this level of resistance, and then pull back down to this 50%. So it did create a lower low, so it could consolidate around this area, continue to push down or push up, which is pretty much all the options available. but it just can't break this 26.26. So I've got the alert set for when it breaks 26.26, and then that may be a good time to just keep an eye on it. We could see. Let me actually get rid of this.
Mic off. Mic on.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on this stock, and I'll just set a an alert for if this thing is. We'll just say below 18 even, 1801, whatever. Create an alert here. We'll go at or below. We'll just call 18 even. Create that. Let me know. That could be a good time to buy in if we think this thing's gonna reverse.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry about that. I think my dog saw a squirrel outside. She's barking, trying to get out there. So we've been streaming for about 2 hours and 17 minutes here, or 18 minutes, whatever it is. Just over 2 hours. Probably going to get off here in the next couple minutes. But again, we set a price target here on ticker symbol AMTX. Just to keep just an alert here for once it hits below $18 to keep an eye on it. If it does get down this far, I mean, it could bounce somewhere else. I'm going to be watching this one pretty closely. I've also got an alert set for 26.26, so if it does continue to break out, excuse me, then we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But anytime I see something that looks like this, that's good news. Just like when we were looking at Microsoft, FT. So that's a 180-day chart. Looks a little bit different, doesn't it? But zoom out just a little bit, and you see this. This is what you want to see. You want to see upward. I don't want to buy a stock that's doing the reverse, that's going down. I'll show you one that I was in that was doing that. This one. This is on the 3-year, 1 week time frame, and you can see it's just currently just constantly trending down. The good thing about this stock was that they had a very good dividend, and so that's why I invested into them. It was a gas and oil company. Martin Midstream Partners was a partner with them for about 2 years before I finally made some profits on it. I made about 13% profit on it, and I made the dividend over those 2 years. But sold out this year, and then I put, I think, most of those proceeds into AT&T. And AT&T, again, if we were to go back and look, AT&T has got a really good dividend plan. Remember, and we got potential in AT&T to also grow the stock, and especially what I'm waiting on, the news catalyst that I'm waiting for is DirecTV and the NFL to renegotiate or renew their contract for the NFL Sunday ticket. So if that happens, I think that we could see a big push because, to my knowledge, AT&T owns DirecTV and should get that should be good news for them. So if that were to happen, I think we'll see a good push. So there is range here to make some profits. I think it was about 30%. So yeah, just about 30% here with AT&T. And also, if we were to go and look at their Dividend, it's about 7%, 7.23%, so almost 7.25% per dividend yield. It's $2.08 on the year. So, and then they went up. They went up from 19 to 20. So that's something that's good that you want to see. So I think AT&T is a good, strong company. They do have debt. We can actually take a look at their debt if they have it on here. Because to my knowledge, they have probably the most debt of any company in the world. Matter of fact, we'll just go look it up real quick. What is AT? Oh shoot. So looks like AT&T currently owes over $150 billion in debt, but sub 2% bond interest rates and lucrative broadband business gives the company extreme confidence in managing these colossal numbers. So to my knowledge, it's one of the most debtful company in the world at over $150 billion. So this is August of 25th of 2020 from Benzinga. Balance sheet looks like is at 153.39 billion, and current debt is at 15.58 billion. So their long-term debt is outstanding, just an outrageous number, amounting to a total of 168.96 billion in total debt. So heavily debted company, but they think that they can manage that debt. But I still see potential in here. So. Again, like I was saying, you want to see stocks that rise like this. You don't want to see stocks that look like this. So, and even if you were to go back out and look at the 3-year, the 3-year again. So that's something you really want to see. All right, so I want to thank you guys for joining the stream. We've been streaming for just about 2 hours and 25 minutes. I'm gonna hop off here for a few hours, take care of some stuff, maybe take my dog for a walk, do some cleaning around the house, and do some actual work for the company I'm actually employed for. And then I'll probably hop back on the last 20-30 minutes of the trading day, just to do a recap on AMC and GME. AMC currently trading at about $11.12. So if you guys are looking to buy, could be some tempting prices to go ahead and buy and hold this thing. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys for watching the stream, and I'll see you guys this afternoon.
Mic off.